Okay, awesome. All right. So welcome to tonight's team call. It is March 26th, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys. I feel like it's been a while. So first we're going to do a little bit of recognition, and then we're going to get into finding your niche market, how to find it, and how to make the net narrow onto who you're talking to and to make it easier in your business, and then why going live is so important to reach your niche market, to have them understand you better, to have a better connection on who you are, what you're about, and what we're doing. So let's do some recognition first. Screen share. Okay. All right, so first, welcome to our family, to our new coaches. This is from last week. So we have Jeff, Jennifer, Serena, and Jennifer. Welcome to the team. We say it every week, but now is a perfect opportunity to join us and to what we are doing and who we are about, because it is right before summer. We're like just getting to spring break. Everybody's like got health and fitness on their mind. It is like the perfect time of year to kind of get going on your own health and fitness journey, share what you're doing, and to be able to share our amazing products, our amazing team, and this amazing opportunity that you have to offer somebody to be a coach on our team. I did a little bit of different, well, not different, but a little bit more recognition. I feel like the more ways I can recognize you guys, the better. So the top coaches of the week, this is the highest PV of the week. This is from 300 and up. So congratulations to all of our coaches who are on here who are helping customers. And that's where PV comes from. And it is so vitally important to have a strong customer base, because you want to have people go through the natural progress of having a customer opportunity, interaction. Let them go through a challenge group. Let them be a customer. Let them be excited about their journey and and what they're going through. Let them get introduced to our products that way. You as a coach, it's just kind of a really nice way to get people introduced to our what we are about and who we are. And then once they, can get through a challenge group and get to know you and fall in love with what we're doing, then they want to be a part of it. So congratulations to Julie, who was our top earner this week. And next we have our coach shout outs. So first I want to recognize Dawn, who I'm so super proud of. And actually her Success Cup partner, Carrie, reached out to me and said, you have to shout out Dawn on the team call this week. And I was like, okay, of course I will. I love her. But she is just the definition of consistency. And I am so proud of her. And I know Carrie was so proud of her and her team is so proud of her, because she shows up. She shows up every day. She does her live videos. She's like in the middle of a move or like in the process of moving, like today or tomorrow. She's hit Success Club already this month. She was in, if you saw the last slide, she was in the top, she had over 500 PV. This girl is just the definition of consistency. So I just wanted to take a little time to shout her out and tell her how proud I am of her and how much you inspire me and you inspire this team, and you're such a staple and a light, and you go live. Everything you're supposed to do as a coach, you do. And I just wanted to take a second to shout you out. And then we have Helena, who her coach Jennifer wanted to shout her out. So Jen, you want to unmute yourself and tell us.
Thank you. Helena is a new coach, and I just wanted to take the time to recognize her, because she's been with us for probably less than 2 weeks, but she has taken every bit of advice. She's gotten on the team calls. She has 6 kids. She's a full-time student. She works in a resident facility and is going to nursing school. Her plate is full, but she's taken every bit of advice that we've given her, and she's trying to be a product of the product. She's changing her social media, and she's just doing everything she should be right out of the gate. So I'm super excited for her, and I know that she's going to be a rock star.
Awesome. It's so fun to see new coaches come up and have them get shouted out. And I mean, 6 kids, if you're running a business and you have 6 kids, you deserve every shout.
She deserves a medal, and she's got like the patience of a feet.
Seriously, yes.
She's on right now, I think. Yep, she is.
Awesome. Welcome. Congratulations. And then is Katie on? I can't see anybody.
I don't see her on.
Okay.
I'll just give a quick.
Yeah.
So Katie was so proud. Katie is so very proud of her coaches that hit Success Club, hit those high numbers. Julie is just a working mom that decided to become a real product of the product and put it out there, and people are following because she's living this lifestyle like we all are, but she's going live, posting her progress, and 720 on PV in a week is incredible. She's helping people, quite a few last week, so well done, Jules.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, to be the top coach in any week, and like I said before, the customer is where the PV comes from, and that truly means that you're helping people, you're letting them go through that process of, trying our products, falling in love with them, and sharing them. So congratulations, Julie, on all of your success this week. And then we have Success Club for the month. So the month is not over, and we already have so many people on here with Success Club points. So congratulations to those who have already hit Success Club 5 or higher. But we have 3 rows of people who are on the board with Success Club. So I just want you guys to really push and hit Success Club. And I don't know if you feel like maybe it's not a big deal, but it is a huge deal, even Success Club 5, because now at Success Club 5, you get customer leads. And this month alone, I'm at Success Club 12, and I never usually hit above Success Club 5. Like sometimes I get 6 or 8, but usually around 6 is kind of where I am. But 6 of those points came from customer leads that Beachbody gave me in the month or 2 prior. And now that we're getting 2 Success Club points for a new Shakeology Home Direct, you have the opportunity to get Success Club points from customer leads from the previous months that Beachbody gave you their customers. So if you get a customer lead for being in Success Club, and they order, a Beachbody On Demand trial, and that's how they become your customer, the next month or 2 months or 3 months down the line, after they see all these Shakeology ads while they're doing their Beachbody On Demand for free, then they decide I'm going to order a challenge pack, or I'm going to order Shakeology, you're going to get Success Club points from them. So Success Club now is like, I feel it's more important than ever to get in Success Club, because the amount of advertising that Beachbody is doing for Beachbody On Demand. I just traveled last week and stayed at a few different hotels, and Beachbody is on every single hotel station, like on that 24-hour cycle. So I watched like the Pile infomercial 3 times. I watched Body Beast infomercial. I watched Beachbody On Demand infomercial. Like, they really spend a lot of money in advertising, and they want us to get all of these customers so we can help them. They're going to get the product, and they're either going to do it or they're not. But getting a coach is what is going to help them even further to have the best results in the products that we have. And we all know that they're amazing products. So getting in Success Club is like non-negotiable, because they're giving you free customers. They're giving you the opportunity. And if you reach out to these customers, if you get on the phone with them, you have this great opportunity to build your business too, with eventually having them sign up as a coach. So getting in Success Club, it should be a non-negotiable. That's just helping 3 people every single month change their, get started with their health and fitness journey. And we can all do it. And I just feel like it's so important now more than ever to really push. And so we're in this last week. Spring break is coming up. Everybody is getting ready to get their bathing suits on or to go on vacation. So now you should be reaching out, and you should have an easier time connecting with people and wanting them to get in their health and fitness mindset than usually like in the fall or in the winter, like, when people are not really in that mindset. So I know that we have the last week of March, but I just really want to push you guys to hit Success Club, because they're going to give you those free customers. Okay, so that's all the recognition I have. I'm actually going to stop screen sharing if I can find the thing. Stop share. All right, perfect. So that's all the recognition we have. And then tonight I'm going to talk about just finding your niche market and who you need to be talking to and how you need to be talking to them and why you need to be talking to them. When I first started as a coach, I just didn't know who I was talking to. I didn't know like kind of who I was or where my coaching journey was going to take me. I didn't know who to talk to. I just felt like I had to talk to everyone, and I had to relate to everyone, and I had to sell every product and promote it and talk about it. And the more that I did that, the harder it became. The more I just focused on people who were like me, who I would, speak my own language and say, hey girl, and, just talk about mom things and just talk about things that were going on in my life, the easier time I had building my business, and people connected with me, and I found my tribe, and I was just able to connect that much deeper because I was speaking to people like me, or people who saw something in me that they didn't have that they wanted to have too. So I kind of have like a little bit of both as my customer bases and my coach bases. So not all of my coaches are like me, but a lot of them have joined because they saw something in me that they want to have in their own life too. So you just have to focus on being authentically you and sharing your journey. And when you're speaking, like when you're typing, I want you to type the way that you would normally talk to your best friend. And I want you to just share the things that are going on in your life and who you can help and why you're doing this. People are going to be interested in what you're doing because of you, that you're interesting, not because of you sell this product. You could be selling any product. It doesn't matter what the product is. People are going to invest in it because of you. So if you are trying to be everything to everyone, you're gonna like work yourself to death. You're just gonna feel overwhelmed, and you have so many different avenues that if you focus on who you're talking to, and when I say that, I want you to really think of like, who are you talking to? Like, who is your perfect like person, your perfect avatar, your perfect, this imaginary person that you make up in your head. Like, how old are they? What kind of things do they like? Where do they live? Where do they shop? What things are they interested in? What hobbies do they have? Do they have kids? Do they not have kids? Are they married? Are they not married? Like, the more specific you can get about the person that is in your niche market or the person you're targeting and talking to, the easier it is, because you're going to be speaking to them and they're going to see it and they're going to be like, oh yes, I want to do what she's doing. Or, oh yes, I felt that way that I can't get my kids to eat healthy vegetables. Or, oh yes, I can't get into my bathing suit or go to Target and feel comfortable trying on bathing suits. Like, whatever it is you're going through, you have to know specifically who you're talking to, because it's just going to make your life that much easier. I remember in the beginning, like literally copy and paste Scotty Hobbs' posts. And I actually I made a few slides, so I'll show you in a second. But I actually made a slide of other people that copied Scotty Hobbs' posts again. And it just reminded me of what I did as a new coach, that it was when Body Beast first came out. And I was so pumped about it. I'm like, yes, I'm going to get on these people who want to go to the gym and want to get big and buff, and yes, this program's for them. I'm going to talk to them. So Scotty Hobbs is a guy who was promoting Body Beast, and I'm like, oh, just copy and paste his things and post everything. And of course, I got no interaction or no traction. Nobody wanted to buy it because it's not me. It's not who's related to me. It's not even who is in my newsfeed, like who I'm friends with would even relate to something like that. And I just remember going back and be like, why am I talking about going to the gym and like getting big? That has nothing to do with me. People are not relating to me, and that's so stupid. It just made no sense to me. So just promote and talk and share things about you and what you're doing. People are going to be interested in what you're doing. If you are doing the Ultimate Reset, people are going to want to do the Ultimate Reset because you're doing it. So that's why you always want to be doing a Beachbody program from start to finish. You want to be able to share your results from one program at a time. And I know if you've been a coach for a while, it's very hard to stick to one program because you're like, well, I'm so bored. I've done this workout 50 million times and I don't want to do this again. But if somebody's looking to you for your results or your journey, and you can say to them, they're like, okay, well, what program did you do? And you're like, well, I did Insanity Max 30 one day, I did 21 Day Fix one day, and I did this the other day. Like, they're not going to be able to follow what you're doing, and they want to follow what you're doing. They want to know, okay, I'm going to start this, I'm going to end here, and these are the results I'm going to get. They want it to be easy, and it's our job to make it easier for them. So make sure that you are doing a program from start to finish that you can share, that you're posting your, day, whatever that you're on, and don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about, not missing a day or falling off track or whatever. We want to see that part of your journey, because think of the people who are watching your journey and they want to know that they can go to their kid's birthday and eat the cake and they're going to be okay because they're just going to work out the next day. But if you're like, no, you can only do this and you can only do that, and you're not going to attract anybody because they think that they have to be perfect because you're perfect because you're showing this whole perfection thing, and then they're not going to relate to you. So don't be afraid to be authentically you and share your journey and share yourself and share your mistakes and just share everything. And it's so funny because we were away, or we were going somewhere. We were going to soccer or somewhere. And my husband's army friend called him on the phone. And they were talking, whoever, and he was like, now, I don't even know. I guess he follows me on Instagram or something. I don't even know. Like, we're not even like friends. Like, we don't have any interaction. He said, yeah, I saw your wife. She's doing that 21-day thing. And I was like, how do you even, like, you're not, like, you're my husband's army friend. Like, you're not, like, and he was like, oh, yeah, she's on day 5. Like, I'm following her journey. And I'm like, oh my God. So it just reminds me, like, literally 5 years later, like, people are still watching every single move you're doing. And I was just like, and I'm like kind of freaked out. I'm like, babe, isn't that weird? Like, he knows, like, what workout day I'm on. Like, isn't that weird? And he was like, well, I guess people are really following you. And I was like, okay. Like, you know, so just know that if you don't think people are watching you, they're watching you. And if you don't think that they're following along where you're following along with, they're following along. Trust me, because I got a big wake-up call of it this weekend. So let me screen share a few of the slides that I put together. Let me make it big for you guys. Okay, so lead with why you're different. And I love these slides. They're from Katie Hefner. And it just shows like how you can be different on social media and lead with the things that make you different. Don't copy and paste everything else. Like share, you know, the change that you're wishing for or things that you want to happen, and use the obstacles that you've had to overcome things. Like just be you and don't lead. You know, we're all Beachbody coaches, right? There's, I don't even know, 400,000 of us, and we all have the same tools. But what makes us different than every other person is us. So that's what you need to share. And draw inspiration from others, but do not be a copy of them. You don't want to copy and paste what other people are doing, because when I scrolled through my newsfeed and I saw this, I was just like, oh my God, there was literally like, I don't even know how many people just copy and pasted his like exact thing. And then when I went to see Scotty's thing, it was like, what, 100 and something shares on this thing. Like, it's okay to share things from other people that you're inspired by, but literally take something that somebody else, like, this is such a great post. Take something else and change the products or change the things or change whatever and make it your own thing. Nobody wants to go through and see literally a copy and paste from everybody else, because it's not you. It's not the way you would speak. It's not your own thoughts. And it just doesn't make you authentic. So don't copy and paste anything that anybody does. Be inspired by it. Like I said, this is a great post. You got 482 likes and 117 shares. Like, that's a great social media post. Like, you could seriously take these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things and replace it with any product and have the same kind of post, but then it's you and it's who you relate to and it's who you're speaking of and the way that you would speak. And so I just saw this and just, it reminded me of the body beast thing that I did when I was the first coach, when I was a new coach. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Don't copy and paste anything that anybody does. Totally be inspired from it, but make it your own and make it your own words, and make it your own brand. And then this is another thing that I love that I was talking about earlier about the avatar. So I learned this from Katie a long time ago, and it just literally makes posting on social media so much better, because you know exactly who you're talking to, and every single post has to relate to this avatar that you're going to create. The person, I want you to create a picture of them, what hobbies they have, you know, what is their personality type. Like, the more specific you can be, the better. So my avatar is an overweight, busy mom. So everything that I post has to do with those 3 things. She's married. She has a lot of kids. She doesn't have a lot of time. She puts her whole family first. Like, when I am posting about anything, I'm always talking to that person. I'm always thinking, like, what do I want that person to see and be like, yep, that's it. I'm ready to join her. Like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, because that's who I was, and that's the journey that I've been through, and that's what I can share, and that's who I am. And it doesn't matter how many times you have to start and finish or go through the same journey, or, you know, just keep sharing, like, you know, as your story evolves. It doesn't matter. Don't feel like you have to be perfect and you have to have your transformation in order to share it. No, people want to be along with you on this journey for a reason. So just give them that opportunity of what you're doing. So just be authentically you. Have this avatar. Know specifically who you're talking to. You don't want to throw your net out real wide and try to catch everyone. You want to be narrow. You want to be specific. You want to know exactly who you're talking to. And you want to talk to that person like you're talking to your best friend. So these are just another few avatar ideas that I got from the Jessie Reagan training. And again, it's just this idea of who you're talking to. So, you know, this Alexis girl, like if you were to talk to her, you would talk about things, online shopping, you would talk about dogs, you would talk about being a free spirit. You know, whatever your target market is, everything that you do is going to revolve around these personality traits, what they're into. So just, I want you guys to like think about this tonight and go through and make some, you know, think of a person, give it a picture, give her a name, give her an age, or if it's a male, if you're a male, you know, want to attract male, like what kind of qualities do they have? What kind of language are they going to understand? You know, and a lot has to do too with the personality types. You know, what kind of personality type do they have? What kind of personality type are you? Or you're going to connect that way. And the more specific you can be about posting things of your target market or your niche market or who you're specifically talking to, the easier it's going to be to create a following, because these people are going to have the same likes as you. So especially when you start working on a like page and you start building your audience that way, that is how you're going to get all of these people who relate to you and who want to be a part of your like page, because you are going to have these qualities and you're going to talk about these things that they're interested in. And then when you go to make a like page ad, you're going to include these things in your like page ad, so the people who are watching The Walking Dead and that's what you're into, you can put in The Walking Dead in your categories and who you want to target market that to, and then everything that everyone who's interested in that is going to come to your like page and they're going to like what you're about, because that's what you're about. So I just wanted to go over that, especially for newer coaches, or maybe if you've been a coach for a while and you just feel like, who am I talking to? Am I talking to the right person? Am I reaching out to the people? Like, who is my brand? What is my brand? Like, what am I doing? If you just feel like I am just kind of all over the place, I just wanted to take a second and just kind of narrow it in for you and know specifically who you're talking to. And I tell you, it makes everything so much easier, because you're not killing yourself trying to help everyone. And don't worry about helping everyone. You're not going to help everyone. Not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone is going to understand your journey. Not everybody's going to want to be a part of it. Some people are going to stop and, you know, quit. There's going to be coaches that come and quit. There's going to be challenges that come and quit. There's going to be people that you want it more than they want it for themselves. There's going to be all of these things that you're dealing with. That's why personal development is a vital behavior, because you need to learn how to deal with all of that stuff that comes with being a coach. But this is just getting you so focused on who you're talking to and the language that they understand. And, you know, some people are very direct, and some people like to curse, and some people like the fluff and like to be all about feelings and da-da-da. Like, you have to know how to talk to your target market. Like, if somebody is like, you know, strict and direct and curses, and they're not going to connect with the person who's just like, I just want to do a workout, I don't care, I just want to help people. Like, they're not going to connect, and that's okay. You have to be okay with not connecting to everyone. You have to know that you want to attract people who are like you. You want to be able to have a conversation and be inspired and motivated and have a team around you of people who are like you. So that's what I want you guys to talk about, especially on social media, because you can get drowned out. You can get lost in social media. There is the biggest comparison game onto what is going on. And you saw this coach do this and this person do that and that. And it just becomes so overwhelming. So I just kind of wanted to rein it back into you guys and just give you those few tips on who to talk to and how to talk to them. And, you know, you're supposed to be posting at least 3 to 5 times a day on social media. And 1 or 2 of those things are supposed to be like about Beachbody, not like promoting Beachbody, not like, here's my challenge pack thing, but just how Beachbody involves in your life and how being a coach is involved in your life and normal things like that. But you need to be sharing those things so people that are like you will relate to you. And then you have to go live and you have to talk about it, and you want those people to connect with you on a deeper level. So we're going to have Trisha jump on, and she's going to share part of her call from a few weeks ago that we didn't get to get recorded. So we're going to record it now. But I feel like I even know Trisha more now than I ever have in the past 5 years, because I see her live and I hear her talk and I see her kitchen and I just feel like, oh my God, like I'm learning so much more about her that I didn't know about her, or, you know, you just connect like such on that deeper level. So if you guys, if anybody else has experience about going live and you feel like you've created a deeper connection with your audience, we would love, love, love to hear from you after Trisha talks. So that's all I have for you guys. So I'm going to turn it over to Trisha so she can talk about how going live has helped her build better connections with her audience.
I'm going to pick up right where you left off as far as avatar, who you're speaking to, and it goes right with that live audience. But let me ask, that crazy night I was on, I don't want to, I'm just going to see if I can get everybody's hands up. How many were on that call that didn't get recorded that I was a wackadoodle on? Okay, a lot were on there. Okay. So I spoke a lot about branding yourself, having your audience get to know you through live video. Right now, social media, every platform of social media is going live. People want to see you, who you are, where you are, how you speak, what you actually look like, and how you interact with the people that follow you. We can all create a post, a picture that's filtered and beautiful. And if you have ever looked at my phone, there's about 3,000 of the same picture, because if you're one iota off, it's better than the non-iota. So when you go live, it's bringing out the real you. It's bringing out the nervous, the self-doubt, the excited. You're in your environment. You're wherever it is that you are sharing live from. So if you haven't done it, I really encourage you to try it. I encourage you to be nervous, be excited. Let your audience, exactly backing what Ashleigh had said, who you're speaking to, create live content that speaks to your followers. Talk right to them. People are going to get to know you, they're going to get to trust you, and then they're going to get to love you. So when you're speaking to your specific people and taking them into a little bit about your life, they will get to know you. They will trust you. They will love you. And then they will want to be a part of whatever you're doing. So how do you do that, right? People that are following you for this business, health and fitness, they know you do a workout. They know you drink your shake. They know you're a part of this team Beachbody culture. But what don't they know about you? What do you want them to learn about you so that they will build that trust? They will want to get to know you and love you. So really going live with the things that your audience doesn't know about you is probably the most important thing that you want to get out there. So with those lists, that avatar, what you're about, I'm unorganized and I wing things and I have 3 boys and my life is chaotic. That's the stuff, that live feed that people are either going to follow me and get humor out of, follow me because they say, gosh, she isn't perfect. I'd like to see more of. Let your audience know what you're going to go live on. Give them a heads up. Have a plan. Exactly with jab, 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 right hook. Have a plan into your live feed for the week if you can. If you know you're going to talk about, a project you're doing in the home. It's the season spring cleaning. It's the season of change in our homes. People are decorating. Do things that in a theme. Okay. If you didn't follow Steve, my husband did a whole 1 week. He went live in his car, about his commute, about the people on the road, and it was brilliant. People wanted to follow each day, and it was not anything as good as mine, but the idea is that people wanted to hear what's going to happen in the car, like what's he going to say now, and it was great. Even I wanted to get on. So have a theme, come up with something, and use that to let people in on your life, other than health and fitness, what our audience already knows. Okay, I don't want to kill you guys with what I already spoke of. Let me just see, who had a great experience going live, where you were shocked at the live video, you were surprised that maybe people were interested. Can someone share something that was totally off? Heather, go. You're the first hand I saw.
The one that comes to mind probably was the most difficult and most vulnerable for me was 2 months ago I went live about an injury. And I don't like to talk about it. I'm not that kind of person. And I cried, which I have not done on anything before. So that was the first time. And I was overwhelmed by the support and the love that I got from people who either understood what it's like to have pain or just didn't know that this was an issue I had been dealing with and were surprised. And my inbox was flooded with messages after that saying, Heather, maybe you could try this, or I didn't know you were going through this. I'm praying for you. Or I was just like, it was such like a tugged at my heartstrings that these people cared, you know?
It is. It's a powerful thing we have the ability to do.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we're running our business through social media that's free. Can you imagine making a commercial and paying, advertising what we do? We get to be us in a world where people are watching. And I know you heard me say this before. Not everybody is watching live, so just speak. Don't worry about who's waiting for people to jump on. If it's in a group, that's different. But if you're talking to your audience, they're not watching live. They may, but 90% are not. And they're also watching muted. So get them in with the hook. A fun title, movement at the beginning, get them in, let them know what they're going to be viewing you on. And if you have to change the title, like maybe Heather didn't realize where it was going to go. Emotion comes out, right? So you don't know maybe at the start of that video that Heather was going to, dig deep inside and let her emotions come out. So you can always go in and change the title. Talk to your girls or your followers, that is, but very little interaction. And again, I don't want to keep repeating what I did the other night, but 10% of your live video should be interacting with, hi Heather, glad you're on. Let ask a question, let them answer and talk with each other. So get them to answer something and just go. Don't worry about waiting for people to jump on. But a big part of going live is talking to those people that they're following you for something other than what they already know us for. And that's about sharing, finding your niche, whatever it is that you want people to know about you. That's what we need to go live with. And it doesn't have to be long, but they got to get to know you through your videos. Let me see. Sorry, I have notes from the last time. Ask them questions like, hey, have you heard this? Or here's what I'm going to cover. Guess what? I've never said this before. Get people in with a hook and tell them why they should listen. Brand, all about branding. And that's a little bit about, what Ashleigh spoke about. But if you're not going live, someone else is, and someone else is going to follow the other girl because they're out there doing this crazy thing. So, and as scary as it is, it's everything right now. Live stream is everything. And you might get some annoying people. Don't worry about them. They're not following you for the right reasons anyway. I said this the last time, shoot and aim later, figure it out what works the next time. Be live in your environment so that people can see who you are, where you live, what you do. if you can, and this is one of my things I'm going to do soon, is I'm going to do it in public. I'm going to go in my Aldi, or I'm going to go in my market, and go live from there. But have a theme. Have a theme for the week if you can. And if I don't know about going every day, but start a story. Start a story with your live feeds and have people want to come back on. You remember these commercials that started with a story and they would keep going, and the next commercial would make you want to want to keep following that product, whatever it is. Let your audience follow your story, just like you would with posting. Get emotional, and just like Heather did, and it'll make you feel fantastic. And it's hard, but if you're not doing it, you're missing out. Somebody else will do it. Anybody else want to share a great experience they had with going live? Yeah.
I generally have a pretty good response when I go live. I almost feel like people are just waiting to see what kind of like ridiculousness is going on, because almost every time I go live, my kids, one or both, are like in my face, crawling on top of me, throwing monkeys at me.
Yes, people love
that. But then also, and I've been sucking at it big time, and I gotta really change that. But on Fridays, every Friday, I would share a message.
I remember that.
And I really have been sucking with my Friday messages. And I got to be honest, sometimes I feel like, because there's not a lot of people watching live, right?
Right.
That they've been a bust. But I have had people that I never even realized were following me or watching those videos, sending me a message like, hey, what's up with that Friday message? I don't see it anymore, or I haven't seen it in a while. But I generally get a good, I've never really had a bad response from live videos. It's always been good. Half the time I have no idea what the freak I'm going to say, but like, I just know that I'm trying to get something off my chest.
Yeah.
And I always try to do something like catchy with my title that might not 100% have everything to do with what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And the greatest thing with Facebook, guys, you could delete it. It doesn't have to stay there. If it messes up, it didn't go well, so delete it. Don't worry about it. It's practice. People want raw, real stuff going on. They don't want perfection. Your audience does not want the perfect. They can go and watch TV for perfection. This is real friends, real people, real women in your lives or men in your lives that you want to see. Let's be real. Everybody clicks. Everybody wants to see. They might be afraid to follow you, but you can get an idea on a video of how many people are actually looking at your posts, right? So maybe the next day your live video said 600 views. Well, you can get more people to view your life in one video than you can a week worth of posts. Because how do you scroll Facebook? On your phone while you're at your kid's game, cooking dinner, at a red light, at your lunch hour, you're scrolling on a phone like fast, right? What stops you? A good picture once in a while. Most of the feed is getting lost, okay? We do it different because this is our profession. This is what we do. We work at noticing people. We work at seeing who's out there because we want to be more interested than interesting. So one live video that helps someone out there learn about you or, add value, give them a message, give them a lesson. I put a spatula in my message, in my video the other day. People are like, well, what kind of spatula? Like, just because I'm a cook or I like to cook and feed my family, people want to know what kind of Pampered Chef spatula I'm using. So add value, give a lesson, but do it in a raw sense of who you are. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do suggest try to make it good lighting. I do suggest make them want to click on that video they're watching muted. Make them want to turn it on. So if your kids jump in, if your dogs jump in, it's brilliant, it's beautiful. That's the way you're building trust with your audience. Your family is part of your life. The funny humor, the the non-scripted, that's what life's about. And
It's so true.
Yeah. I mean, get them to unmute you.
I had somebody, a couple of times people have said to me, it cracks me up when you swear. Or how come you didn't swear? Like, and I realize that some people are not down with F-bombs, and I don't know if there's kids around, but then I've had people say to me, like, I love it when you swear. I'm like,
well,
okay.
That's your audience. That is your audience.
But it's also me being real.
Don't worry about it.
It's also me being real, right? Like, I swear.
Right.
But, and the difference is you can tell when it's you being you because it just comes out. It's not like you trying to have like this perfect thing and then, you know what I mean? It's not like you trying. It's just you being you, and that's what people connect to, especially with live video. They're going to watch because they're like, oh, is Maureen going to say it first? Because I know she's going to come out because I know she's passionate, because I know she's excited. Her hands are going. Like, I know it's coming. Let me watch to see what happens.
Well, what else is funny is that it like pains me, and I think that's another part too that's probably funny when people are watching, that I'm like trying not to swear. Like, I'm trying not to, and then all of a sudden it's just like it just, like, I'm trying so hard not to do it, and then it's like I can't.
Well,
I just have to let it go.
And you use that in your video. Say, okay, watch to the end. If I curse more than 2 times, you know, and have them watch till the end. Facebook wants you. Facebook's going to put your video out if people watch to the end. Real important. So give a hook at the end, Maureen. Hey, watch the end. I might drop that F-bomb. If I do, $5 goes into the curse jar, and you know, well, whatever. So get people. If you talk with your hands like me, ask your audience, you know, how many times do you see my palms? You know, give them a hook so that they will watch on the end, or they will, and Facebook is gonna put that out. Also, the interaction between your viewers, ask them to talk to each other, give each other high fives, or not high fives, likes, wows. Ask your people to do that. And you can play a little naive, like, hey, I'm not sure, you know, play dumb. Hey, I need some thumbs up if I sound, you know, whatever. You know what I mean. Be you, not me. I could get away with acting like a dodo because, you know, that's what I am. So, but if that's not your thing, you know, don't. So get your audience to interact with each other. So once they start liking, you know, you can like, if someone comments, and do this with each other every once in a while. I wouldn't get caught up on each other's videos all the time. You can go back and watch them not live. But if you like if Maureen's watching my video and she comments, okay, and Kelly goes in and likes her comment and then talks to Maureen, Facebook wants that to come back out. Facebook is going to bring you back up. So those are things, tricks to know. So, you know.
Trish, what would be your suggestion if somebody's on here or watching this recording, they're like, I have no idea what to go live about. Like, what do I talk about, or who, like, what would be a suggestion of something like, I guess, easy or just
okay. Yeah. I would say what you are most comfortable in life doing. What is something that you are totally, completely at ease? For me, it was in my kitchen. I was literally cleaning garlic smell off my fingertips, and it just came so natural, so I did it. I would suggest, if you, like Karen walks her dogs every morning in the crack of dawn, like, go live with something that is natural to you, that when you speak, it just is who you are, what you do. If you're shopping, if you are getting your toes done, and you know, you're trying to pick out the color of their nail polish, go with what you could speak so passionately and comfortable about. If it's your kids, French braiding your kids' hair, I mean, Ashleigh, when you do those hair ones, it's you talking to me. It's who you are. Like, that's a big part. It's very easy. I would start out with something, and if it's not good, girls, delete it. Who cares? You don't even have to post it. It asks you, do you want to post it? I mean, if not, delete it. But try. Another thing is, if you're on Snapchat, I know I've spoken of this before, but Snapchat's 10 seconds. You could practice. Nobody really sees it if you don't have a ton of followers, and But I would literally speak about something that you could just talk up to your friend about. Whatever it is in your life that is your thing. Does that make sense, girls? Like,
yeah.
don't try to win your audience over with something that's not,
Right. And that's something, I guess, I wouldn't even do anything kind of Beachbody related. Like,
no.
if I struggle at meal prep, I wouldn't be like, oh, here's my meal
Right.
prep video.
But that's another
my
thing.
cucumbers. Like,
Yeah, people like that too. Remember, people like the flawed you. I hate to say that. So if you're sitting there in the kitchen going, really? Give me a hair. I'll do your hair right now. But the star thing is for the birds. Like, get people, then they'll talk about the hair. Like, it's a natural way that you can then be in your environment and let people know that, you struggle with whatever it is, But I would start with something that makes you feel fantastic, or that you could literally just roll off your tongue. People like going live in the car. I think it feels good in the car. I don't know about you girls, but I used to go every challenge group. Annika, I used to go every single challenge group I remember Karen asking me, why do you always do your videos in the car? First of all, I feel safe. I'm parked, I feel safe, nobody's listening. The lighting is good. For me, it's before I go in a store, because then I could do it and run. This was a while ago, before I became professional. But I felt safe in my car. I don't know why. Do you all agree? For some reason, doing a video or going live is comfort in your car.
It's safe in my car because there's not distractions for me.
So maybe that will help you.
That's when I do the Friday message. It's always in my car, and it's because on the way, I'm always listening to Joel on the way to work. Not always, but
that's another thing. Personal development will help you.
Yeah.
Throw a set and go live. I heard, seriously, anyone else have an idea of what was so comfortable going live? Your kids, when it's not about you, sometimes it takes that pressure off. When people are with you, go live. The first time I think Kina and I did a live thing on a 3-day refresh in my kitchen. We were going to do it together. When someone's with you, people love an interview someone. Even if it's someone like your kids. Hey, how was school today? What'd you do? Nothing. An interview. So people love that. I would love that. So people love it's the change of season. If you're into clothes and fashion, let us know. Go to the store and be like, okay, these are the hot new thing. Let people in on what you're great at. If you're a teacher, go live in the classroom before the kids come in. Do it. Do something where we don't know you for. Does that make sense, everyone? Instead of trying to be a professional Beachbody coach, which we're not, we're just people sharing what we do, and then surprise them with a health and fitness live post. Then say, okay, guys, I'm getting my sneakers on. I'm going downstairs today. Then you can. But let them learn who you are with something they don't know. Your voice, your background in your house, your nervous voice that when you're scared. Let them know this is scary, but I don't know. I just feel like if you're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it, and they're going to. You remember when we first started and everybody was crafting magnificent monkey pictures, layovers and banners, and it took time and energy because it was perfectly perfect. The time and energy of a live video takes 2 minutes of you. That stuff is gorgeous, but that's not you. This is you. Or me, but you know what I mean? Like, be you for 2 minutes on a live video. You will connect with more people than any beautiful graphic picture that you ever created over an hour's worth of time that nobody liked, commented, and you said, I just spent 2 hours trying to make the most magnificent.
And that's the thing too, that I'm glad that you said that quick. It doesn't have to be beyond 25 minutes because people are busy. And literally when the people, and the other thing too is realize the live videos that you watch, like what makes you click on them. And I know I watch live videos within the first 10 seconds. I'm either like watching it, committed, or I'm done. And then I think, oh my God, I hope the person didn't see me that I came on, because you know it says like so-and-so joined, and I hope they don't ask me a question because I'm already gone. Because I'm like, you lost me. And I don't. And, and,
you need a hook.
And get like right to the point. Don't be like, oh, let me wait for some people. Like that makes me click off right away. Like, oh, let me wait for some people to get on. And I mean, I did it in the beginning. You don't really know, but now that we know. We're gonna you. No. I'm going live. Nobody's got time. You get to your point, did it, and be done. Be like, oh, you came to the middle of it. You're asking the question. As soon as it's done, watch it from the beginning. Like I don't have to be repeating myself 15 times.
Yeah, and if I'm going to watch something that's already recorded and posted, if I like hover on it and I see it's too long, I just don't even click.
Exactly. And
I'm like, time is of the essence. I don't even know your message, but I can't.
What would you say?
God forbid I get sucked into a 15-minute video. Right. I lost 15 minutes of my life.
What would you say, Carrie? What would you say, minute-wise, would get you to even click on that video? 4 minutes?
Would say 5 to 7 minutes. I'm like, all right, let me see what the message is.
Okay. I even think that's long for someone like me.
Yeah, I think 5 is unless it's really good. And then maybe I'll hang it.
Then I spend like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say between 2 and 3 because I listen to them generally from my office, and I can't be spending 5 to 10 minutes on a video.
No, it depends it would depend on the person for me and what their message is if I'm going to, but yeah, I would say 5 is max.
So
and just remember, find a time that your audience is watching if you want to have a live audience.
Well, and then I was going to ask too, what makes you decide on which video you're going to watch? Like the title, like what it says, or who it is, or what makes you okay, I'm gonna like for me, if Ashleigh Johnson puts a video up, I'm watching it. Like I'm going to skip the first minute or two because she's talking about whatever thing she's selling, but then I'm going to watch. So what is it that makes you watch a video all the way through, or even click on it to watch?
I have to admit, I hardly ever watch them.
Yeah. And
and I think my problem is like you said, like it's a time sucker for me, and like my time is of the essence too, working 3 jobs. Like I'm laser focused on social media. I'm like, I need to knock out a power hour. I can't get like wrapped up in all this. So then I worry, do people do that with us too? Like, do they just...
You also have to think that people aren't doing what we're doing. People are just going to a regular job, and they're like in the bathroom at work, and they're like, okay, I got 10 minutes. What can I watch? You know?
Yeah.
A lot of times,
Heather, I wouldn't get caught up on. I would, if your followers are going live, I would watch them, even if it's their kids at soccer, and comment and like I would. You know what I'm saying? Like find a way. But I wouldn't spend so much of your time because of your lifestyle on, other video. I think it's hard right now.
A lot of times I monitor the comments, and if I see comments that pull my interest in, then I'll go back and actually listen to them.
Absolutely, that's very common. Don't you do that with a regular post? Don't you see when it's a long written post? Because I'm a little this, I look at the comments to see if I want to read the post. Does anybody else do this?
Yes.
Yes, you do it. You want to look what people are writing before you go read the 3-paragraph essay. Yes, this is we're normal.
The cliff notes.
Yes.
notes.
Yeah. What was the other thing Shalene said about The paragraphs. What did she say? Like 2 sentences is the most?
Well, you leave spaces. If you want to run on, think about it. Think about where people are reading the novel. Okay? They're reading it on a dead cell phone. They're reading it. You need to put a space.
Yeah, I think she said like 2 sentences. At
2
the most.
sentences space. 2 sentences space.
Yeah, because they're skimming and they're skimming your video too. They're fast forwarding every like 30 seconds.
Yes. So get people to unmute and watch, even if it's for a minute.
Jen, you better stop watching April the Giraffe. I think she already had the baby, okay? The same thing with that stupid giraffe. I would just look at the comments. Oh, nobody has, okay.
Right. It's very normal. So I just think go for it. You know, I think you really, if you're not, someone else is, and they're going to get to learn, love, trust, and follow someone else. I love you. Have a good night. And I action, you know, do it. Figure it out after. What'd she say, Ashleigh? Pull the trigger and aim later.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Practice makes perfect, like anything else.
Yeah, that I think that message of the whole marketing academy spoke to me the most, because I'm like struggling perfectionist. Like I'm like, I have to have everything perfect. I have to have the, and I just get so caught up that I'm just like, this is so stupid. Why am I waiting for it to be perfect? Like, just do it. And that's what she kept saying. Like, you're not going to know how to make a great video if you don't make a video. Like, make a video. And she showed, like, all the speakers that she had, they showed their first video. Like, they had a podcast guy. He showed the first podcast video, a YouTube guy. And they were like, make this YouTube video. I don't know what I'm talking about. And now he's, like, selling millions of YouTube, how to run your business on YouTube. Like, they just said, just do it. Like, you're not going to learn. You got to do it and then figure it out. So I was like, oh, okay, do it. Just do it. It's going to be terrible. She's like, it's going to be terrible anyway. She's like, go make your first shitty thing. It's going to be terrible. Just go do it. And then you're going to fix it. And then you're going to be better. And then you're going to go. And so just go make your first thinking live video.
Yeah. People are interested. They are. This is, and live videos, from what we heard at that weekend, by 2019, Facebook will be live. Just
everything will be live video. And they have a new thing, which is so cool. They're coming, like, once you have a huge audience with live video, once you have 300 people watching your live videos, they are going to sell 20-second advertisings in the middle of your video. So, like, Nike will come and do their 20-second advertising because they want to advertise to the people who are already getting people to watch them talk about stuff. So it is so important to get good at live video on your regular page, on your business page, on Instagram. YouTube is going live, or they're going to have live TV, where they're going to have a subscription like DirecTV. It's going to be through YouTube now.
There'll be no more TV, like old.
Everything will be streamed online. Everything. And they I forget how many people he said is like online now, and like there's like 2 billion people online, and there's gonna be 8 billion people online, or some kind of crazy number. But like, or maybe there's only 20% of the world that has access to this, and then once it changes, like 80% are gonna have access, or like some kind of crazy number. So he's like, you are in the most opportune time where all this is just starting, just learning and growing, and like you need to do it. You need to do it. You need to get good at it, because in a year from now, it's just going to be all live video, everywhere. So, anybody else have any live videos or a niche market or anything they want to add before we get off? I know it's late for you, East Coast.
Did everybody do an avatar? Did anybody not ever do that? Write out your person?
Do it.
It's a good.
I only recently, I talked to a business strategist. I was able to get a free info call, and I talked to a business strategist. This is in regards to my webpage and like my ultimate dream that is starting to come to fruition. So I was talking to her, and she was like, well, who is your niche, and who is the person that you're talking to? And I'm like, people keep asking me who my lady is, and I don't even know how she got it out of me. But then she finally was like, she asked me a question, and I'm like, it's me, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's me like
Yeah.
10 years ago. That's
Yeah.
who my lady is.
Yeah.
That's my person, is me,
Right.
Yeah.
So,
a hot mess, or even me 2 years ago, a hot mess. Like, it's me. That's who it is.
That was a
Fine.
big thing that she spoke about. Who is it that you want to help in life?
And she said, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Stop
that what
trying
she
to
said?
figure it out like some effed up thing. Look
Yeah.
in the mirror. Who are you now? Who were you before all this stuff happened
Yeah.
to you? That's who you're going to talk to.
Yeah.
That's
Who do
who's
you
going to
re-
relate to you.
Yeah.
It's the person that can understand and relate to your struggle and pieces of your story. Like, obviously everybody has not encountered all of the ridiculous Lifetime movie specials that I have, but people can relate
Your
to.
basic, your life anxiety, your
Right.
you know, your that's very common for women they're younger, but like in that. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And that when she said that, I was like, well, oh dang,
Duh. Yeah.
But I would
that wasn't that
suggest-
hard.
Yeah, I would really suggest that if you guys haven't done that yet, write her out. Write her out. Give her a name, everything about her.
Everything.
And when you post or speak,
Everything is right. Direct.
yeah.
It's
And then your haters, I hate to say this, won't even show up because you're not talking to them. Or maybe you are and they just don't know it yet. But they listen. Haters listen. They add lots of value. So, but I would go do that as a brand. Who do you want to help, really? And speak to her the next time. Really talk right to her. And you're not saying like, oh, it's the girl out there that's insecure and lost in life and does laundry and cleans toilets, but doesn't like you know what I mean. Find who you're talking to.
right. And
And
don't think that whatever you have is like insignificant. You know what I mean? Like, it is so valuable just for somebody to relate to you. So I'm like in this caregiver program because Jose is a veteran, right? So there's this caregiver program of people who take care of veterans, right? Who have like some kind of thing, and you're the caregiver, right? And the first time I talked to caregivers, I was like, oh my God, I'm not the only crazy one who deals with its crazy anxiety and its crazy PTSD and all the things. And I was like, oh my God, you guys need to go through that too. I'm not the only one. And it was just like, duh, of course, because we're all in the same thing together. Like, of course people are going to go through that stuff, but you don't ever think that other people have to deal with the crap you deal with, or, so it just, don't ever think that whatever the thing is that you're dealing with that is insignificant, because I promise you, once somebody can relate to you, they feel so much better, or you feel so much better. It's just such a like, okay, now let's like work together to be better. Let's bounce ideas off each other, or have a call, or mastermind, or whatever you want to call it. But don't ever think that what you have or the thing you're going through is insignificant, because it's really huge for somebody else.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Like, my post about losing Sammy and freaking out that it was maybe 30 seconds max this time. But I can't tell you how many people first posted on that, one, and two, sent me messages like, I know I've had that, it's happened to me, which is so validating, right? But like, I know some of my fears are like over the top, but they were like, I get it, and it's cool. Like, that's the best posts that you can ever possibly make are the posts where you are being raw and vulnerable. And that is the shit that's scary and hard and makes you want to vomit. But that's the stuff, because that's what people are going to be like, oh my God, like, Lana has the same thing? Seriously? Like, I would have thought she was like, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's what people are, sorry, you're right there. Your face is right next to mine. But like, that's the thing. Like, people are going to be like, wow, that happens for her too? That's like, so I'm not like a weirdo? Like, that's the stuff, guys. The posts that I'm being the most vulnerable are which it's hard to do, but those are the posts that people like, that's what they can relate to. That's what they want to see. That's what they love to see.
And I think these live videos also have a way of touching your old customers, the people that were a part of you and maybe, want to come back in. It's a great reconnection to people that used to know you, high school or college, right? They get to re-see you now in years later. So
my post about my losing weight and like, when I look in the mirror, I still see like the 15-pound Maureen. Like, that's what I see. I got a sale from that. Like, within less than 24 hours, it was a customer that came back and was like, okay, Maureen, let's go. What are you doing? And I'm like, it's food. Like, I can't do much of anything else.
Wow.
So it's true.
If you didn't share that, if you weren't open and on it, then she would have never made that connection, because especially with coaching, it can kind of get in this rut that they think like, oh, it's easy for you, or it just comes natural to you. And you're like, you don't struggle like how I struggle. Like, I don't know what this thing is. I guess when you've been doing it for a while, people just know you as the Beachbody coach or whatever. And you're like, are you kidding me? You know how much I freaking struggle? I gained 3 pounds over the weekend. But it's our job to be open and honest about that stuff so they can make that connection to us.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Alicia, though, I never would have posted that. Like, I posted that in the Punta Cana group, and I had no intention whatsoever of posting that on Facebook. None. I'm telling you straight up, I had no intention of doing that because of how bad I was feeling, like bad. And I was like, no way am I going to put that out there. And she was like, share that shit, Maureen. And there was a moment where, coming from her, it felt different because I know that she has struggled with some of the same things that I have struggled with, and things that we've talked about, like the mom pooch and the belly and like the extra skin. And like, so when she was like, you need to share that right now, I was like, okay, I don't really want to, but I'm going to. And
that's why a success partner is smart too in this, because you can say, hey, would you do this? Or somebody, you think this is a good idea to do this video, or do you think people would be interested? So
All right, awesome. Anybody else have anything to add before we let you guys go? No, we're good. All right, awesome. All right.
Dana and I talked briefly this morning that we thought we would do a call in the coming months of a Q&A.
Yeah.
And maybe just the leaders on, like, just bust out the questions. Hey, I have a question. Hey, this. So maybe we'll come up with a night where we do that.
Sounds good. I love it.
And we'll feed off each other. Something different.